on Thursday, June 25th, and it's time for the morning briefing. First of all, no changes to the National Terrorism Advisory System overnight. Snapshot of the region this morning. You do see updated numbers from the unaccompanied children down the Rio Grande Valley. 2 declarations have been received, 4222 and 4223. We do have 1 request in process from the state of Arkansas. We have damage assessments going on for both IA and PA in Texas, and you see the ongoing count there. And we do have PA damage assessments now starting in Louisiana. No fire management grant requests to talk about this morning. As we switch over to the geo platform this morning, things are quiet around the region this morning. Brian's got a weather update for us here in just a moment. First of all, status of our state EOCs. All are at level 4, steady state, as is the region here. No changes to the status of our IMATs. Shelter updates this morning. Texas has 5 shelters for 106 people. Taking a quick look at power outages this morning, we still have a few. Arkansas 677, Louisiana 2,900, 1,200 of those are in East Baton Rouge Parish. New Mexico just under 1,100. Those are in Santa Fe County this morning, different than yesterday. Oklahoma 176 and Texas 235. The ones in Louisiana and New Mexico have been pretty constant over the last day, although New Mexico has shifted from Donna Ana County to Santa Fe County, and we'll continue to monitor those. We'll switch over, take a quick look at the Red River this morning. The crest continues to come down the river. Right now, it is cresting at the Cobb, right here, at 32.44 feet. That's about a half a foot lower than forecast, and about 2.5 feet lower than it was the 1st of June. Next one on the river down here is that index, or Texarkana, that is expected to crest Saturday morning at about 26 feet. That puts it just barely into moderate flood stage, and that again is significantly lower, about 5 feet lower than it was the 1st of June. Shreveport, the next one with a forecast point down here, is expected to crest sometime early next week. The forecast does not go out that far, and again, expected to be lower than it was the 1st of June. Now back over to Brian for the weather.
Okay, good morning, Doug. Just real quick at Shreveport, the extended range has a estimated crest around July 1st right now, and it's still expected to be about 4 to 5 feet lower than early June. So as far as the weather right now, there's not much on the radar at all, and then we are expecting an increase in activity over mostly New Mexico and Louisiana today. Could see some isolated flash flooding over New Mexico and Louisiana, and then some strong to severe thunderstorms over Louisiana as well. So that's for today, mostly over eastern Louisiana, central and eastern Louisiana for the strong to severe thunderstorms, and then the heavy rain and flash flooding would be an isolated threat over in New Mexico for today. We do have a slight risk of severe thunderstorms being outlooked for tomorrow as the front comes down into the region for central and eastern portions of Oklahoma and into north and central Arkansas, and then a marginal risk in areas surrounding that from northeast New Mexico eastward across Oklahoma, the Panhandles, and into Arkansas. Also with that, isolated flash flooding. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I didn't have it there on the matrix, but we'll show it here in the maps. There is an isolated threat for flash flooding from basically central Texas into southeast Texas and central and southern Louisiana. So kind of the Austin, San Antonio areas into the Houston area, and then into Louisiana for Saturday and Sunday. looks pretty isolated, but definitely wanted to mention it, especially given all the heavy rains that we had in May. I did widen out the map today just to kind of keep an eye on the Mississippi River. Bottom line is we don't have any real major concerns, but I did want to show that there's moderate to major river flooding upstream in the upper portions of the Mississippi River. The lower portions of the Mississippi River, which includes, FEMA Region 6 for Arkansas and Louisiana, right now the forecast is for those areas to start to increase just a little bit over the next couple of weeks, but no real concerns there. Could get into action stage or minor flood stage, but definitely just wanted to keep an eye on it because we keep having these overnight thunderstorms in the upper Midwest that are adding rainfall into the Mississippi River. So definitely subject to change and something we're keeping an eye on, but no major concerns at this point. The tropics remain quiet and are expected to stay that way for the next 5 days. And there's the graphical outlook as far as for the next 5 days. Already discussed today there in the upper left. And then in the upper right, that's going to be for Friday and Saturday as the front comes down, the slight risk area from Oklahoma into Arkansas, and then isolated flash flooding from northeast New Mexico eastward across Oklahoma and Arkansas. And then there's that area I was mentioning from essentially central Texas into southeast Texas, and then the southern half of Louisiana for Saturday and into Sunday. The front kind of gets down there and stalls a little bit, so we do have a little bit of a focus area for some isolated storms to set up and give us some heavy rainfall and areas of flash flooding for Saturday and Sunday down there. The new drought monitor was released today. We did see a little bit of improvement over in western New Mexico and also in west central Texas, so we just keep getting better and better as far as the drought's concerned. And space weather is quieting down a bit and not expecting anything really on the way of impacts for the region. And that is all I've got unless there's any questions.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. If you got any questions for the Weather Service, go ahead and type them in the chat window. If you're on the phone, just ask your question. In the meantime, we will take a look at the meetings going on around the region today. See those in bold there. And looking forward to next week. Pop quiz for today, since it's Lightning Awareness Week. What is the safest place to be in during a lightning storm? And we've got no fair. Brian answering the question there. The answer is C. In the house, away from the windows and doors. I'm thinking that person decided it might be a good time to go inside. Any questions this morning? All right, everyone. Have a great Thursday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.